Welcome dear student. Today we shall study about environmental conservation, our social responsibility. Okay, and this is from lesson environmental management. This is part 4 video of this lesson for class 10. Okay, now let us understand first environmental conservation. Okay, student, since existence of human, there is interrelationship between human and environment, and human is stepped on the earth long after formation of the earth, and on the earth human being proved its superiority as compared to other animal with the help of characters like intelligence, memory, imaginary ability, etc. So due to all these characteristics like intelligence, memory, imaginary ability, human beings has proved its superiority. Okay, and human established domination over the nature, and human utilize all the natural resources as much as possible. So all the natural resources which are naturally available, so human snatches from all the natural resources as much as possible for their needs, and in an attempt to live a satisfactory life, human kept on snatching from the nature as much as possible, and this led to increase in problems. So as we are using as much as natural resources, okay, without thinking about future generations, so what happened, this imbalance the environmental, environment. Okay, and if human has disturbed the environmental balance, then human itself only can conserve and improve the quality of nature, and many times general public is unknown that its activity are harmful to environment, and thereby unknowingly many activities happen, and due to all these activity, like all the man-made activity, environment is getting harmed or it is getting disturbed very much. Okay, now let's answer one question. How do butterflies contribute to environmental balance? So first of all, student, butterflies pollinate different types of flowering plants, and thus helping in the reproduction of a plants. The process of a pollination. Okay, so butterfly transfer the pollen from one flower to the another flower just for the reproduction of a plants, and butterflies are an important element of food chain and prey for birds, bats and other insectivorous animals. Okay, that means the other insects, they are feeding on the insects, like insects, birds, bats and other different animals or organisms, they are feeding on butterflies. So butterfly also a part of a food chain, and by feeding on leaves, butterflies can help to control some of the unwanted plants found in the garden. And butterflies have been widely used by ecologists as a model organism to study the impact of a climate change. By watching how butterflies react and adjust to environmental changes, scientists can determine the effects of various actions on the environment as a whole. So butterflies are a very important part of a food chain and also the nature. So butterflies are the primary consumer. Okay, alright, so this is a caterpillar of a butterfly. Now let us see the big story of a small man. Okay, so student, this is Jadav Molai Payang, is a highly capable person born in a nomadic tribe of Assam, and born in 1963. Okay, and he is working as a forest worker since the age of 16 years, and once large snakes dies in the flood of a Brahmaputra river flowing by the village, and as a preventive measure, Molai planted 20 bamboo plantlets in 1979. The local social forestry department began a social afforestation project on 200 hectares of land, and this Jadav Molai is also known as the man of the forest of India. Okay, now student, Molai was one of the few forest workers who were looking after that project, and Molai continued to plant the trees even after completion of the project. And as a result of his continuous work of planting and caring for the trees, the barren area witnessed the forest cover over the 1360 acres. And today this jungle in Kokilamuk of Jorhat district of Assam is the result of the hard work for 30 years for this unparalleled work. And He has been awarded with the prestigious Padam Shri Award by Government of India for this unparalleled work. And now it is well known as Mulai Jungle, and Mulai is also known as a man of the forest of India, and many people come together to destroy the forest, but a single person, if determined, can establish a new forest. So this is a great work performed by Mulai. Okay, now next topic is environmental conservation and biodiversity. Student, most harmful effect of the environmental pollution occurs on living organism, and our living world had been richly diverse. It's consisted of varieties of plants and animals, right? And however, we are not able to see some specific animals about which we had listened from our earlier generation, like we have heard about dinosaur, okay, but we didn't know what is the origin of a dinosaur. Just we have heard listen from our earlier generation about the different species. And biodiversity is the richness of living organism in nature due to presence of varieties of organisms, ecosystem and genetic variation within a species. So biodiversity is a we can say that different types of or many thousands types of a species of plants, animals are there in a nature. So this is called as a biodiversity. Okay, so student, biodiversity occurs at three different levels. First level is a genetic diversity, that means in genes, and species diversity. You can observe the pyramid also, genetic diversity, species diversity, and third one is a ecosystem diversity. That means different type of ecosystems are also present in our nature. Okay. Now let's understand one by one. So first let's look at genetic diversity. So what is it? So student, occurrence of diversity among the organism of same species is genetic diversity. Okay, that means different diversity within a same species of organisms. For example, each human being is different from another, all right, and possibility of wiping out the species arises there is decrease in the diversity within the species whose members involve in sexual reproduction. So this is a genetic diversity. And next level is species diversity. So innumerable species of organisms occur in the nature, and this is called as a species diversity. That means different types of plant varieties in plants and animals, microorganisms are found, and this is called as a species diversity. And species diversity includes various types of plants, animals and microbes, that is microorganism. Third level is ecosystem diversity. So student, here I have put a picture of different type of ecosystem, okay, like a savanna ecosystem and a terrestrial, desert, aquatic, ocean, different types of forest ecosystem, different types of ecosystem here are there, and many ecosystem are present in each region. And ecosystem is formed through interaction between plants and animals, their habitat and changes in the environment. Okay, so there are different types of ecosystems are present on the basis of these characters, and each ecosystem has its own characteristic: animals, plants, microorganism and abiotic means non-living factors. And ecosystem are also of two types, that is first is natural ecosystem and next is a man-made or artificial ecosystem. So these all are the three different levels of ecosystem. Okay, now next let's understand about the sacred groves. So what are these? Student, the forest conserved in the name of a god and considered to be sacred is called as a sacred grove. Okay, and these are in fact sanctuaries conserved by the society and not by the government forest department. So these sacred groves or sanctuaries are formed by the or conserved by the society, not by the government. Okay, and as it has been conserved in the name of a god, it has a special protection, and these cluster of thick forests are present not only in the western Ghats of India but in the entire country. So more than 13,000 sacred groves have been reported in India, and one of the sacred grove of Maharashtra. Okay, this is belongs to the Maharashtra sacred grove called as a Devrai. Okay, so this includes two names, like Dev means god and Rai means forest. That means this is the forest of a god. Okay, and this the grove are often a rich source of rare fruits and plants, and devrai are concentrated to the Pune, Ratnagiri, Raigad and Kolhapur. So this is one of the biggest sanctuary of the Maharashtra, so it's located at the on the ghats. Okay, so the forest can be conserved for the future, okay, generation. Okay, so student, that's it for today's video. Thank you.